If you still believe that success is a matter of luck, I'm sorry to tell you, you were programmed to lose. The truth is that success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who transform. Yes, it's counterintuitive, but it's not by working harder that you'll get rich. It's becoming the right person. And that's why so many people work hard, try hard, go after it, and still don't move. Because you still don't understand that the power of the mind comes before effort. That change starts from within. That as long as you carry limiting beliefs, negative thinking, and self-sabotage, no matter how hard you try, life will remain stuck. Napoleon Hill revealed something that few people had the courage to apply. The secret to getting rich, growing professionally, and living a life of abundance lies in who are you, and not in what you do. And if you feel tired of trying and not seeing results, this video will turn the key in your mind. You will learn to shape your identity, reprogram your thoughts, and enter the frequency of those who naturally attracts wealth, opportunities, and achievements. So, subscribe to the channel here. This is essential so that you receive the next videos and continue on this journey of transformation. And of course, it also helps the channel grow and impact even more lives like yours. Now take a deep breath, because what comes next has the potential to completely change the way you view your life. Success is not luck, it is consistency. Most people look at someone who has achieved wealth, abundance, or prestige and say, "Oh, he was lucky." But this is a comfortable illusion. True success has nothing to do with coincidence, it's all about consistency. It is a daily construction, done brick by brick, based on self-discipline, personal growth, and a success mindset. Napoleon Hill once said that success comes to those who become aware of what they want and are determined to achieve. Those who prosper, who manage to become rich and manifest a life of achievement, are those who keep their habits firm even when no one is looking. People who manifest extraordinary results have one thing in common. They make intentional decisions every day. These are small decisions like getting up early to read 10 pages of a good personal development book, like Think and Grow Rich or The Power of the Subconscious. Or exchange 30 minutes of social media for 30 minutes of affirmations and mental reprogramming. It may seem like little, but this, added day after day, changes someone's identity. This turns a recurring negative thought into a positive, action-oriented thought. And action, in this case, is the bridge between where the person is and where they want to get. Now just look, those who constantly seek motivation to act rarely get far. What counts is keeping up the pace, even on bad days. That's where the strength of consistency comes in. It's choosing to grow even when everything seems to be stuck. It's understanding that the universe responds to the frequency you emit. And when you vibrate in growth, when you cultivate empowering beliefs and eliminate limiting beliefs, you begin to attract people, opportunities, and situations aligned with your personal and professional development. A good example of this is someone who decides to improve their financial health. Instead of hoping to win the lottery, this person starts studying financial education, invests 100 Brazilian reals per month, connects with content that talks about the power of the mind and how to manifest wealth. She doesn't stop at the first difficulty. Even with little, she continues planting. This posture activates the vibration of abundance, and the more she believes, the more she sees the return. This is intentional action, this is consistency. And it's curious, because as someone develops this routine, something changes inside. The person feels safer, more confident, more aligned with their mission. She stops comparing herself to others and starts focusing on her own progress. And it is at this point that the game turns. Because when consistency becomes part of your identity, success stops being a goal and becomes a consequence. And this brings us to an even more powerful point, the role of identity in the construction of destiny. There is a silent truth that few people realize. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. This means that the success we seek so much is not outside, but within. What you manifest in the external world is a direct reflection of your internal identity, your thoughts, emotions, vibrations, and patterns. Napoleon Hill reinforces this by showing that the power of the mind is the starting point for any achievement. If you want to get rich, grow professionally, or attract abundance, you first need to become a person who lives in this vibrational pattern. It's as if there is an energetic password to success, and only those who are aligned with it access this frequency. There's no point repeating powerful affirmations if, deep down, you still feel small, incapable, or unworthy. The success mindset requires you to rewrite your limiting beliefs, to transform self-sabotage into self-improvement. This starts with identifying what you believe to be true about yourself. Do you see yourself as someone prosperous, strong, determined? Or as someone who tries, but it never works? The way you see yourself is what determines what you attract. Imagine two people with the same dream, opening their own business. One of them already sees herself as an entrepreneur. She acts like one, thinks like one, dresses like one. The other still doubts herself, says that she's not one of those things, that maybe she's not good enough. Who do you think will manifest results? The answer is obvious. Your identity shapes your choices, your actions, your vibration. And it is this internal frequency that the universe returns. That's why investing in personal development and mental reprogramming is so powerful. If you want to start shaping your new identity today, here's a simple practice. Choose 3 affirmations that represent the person you want to become. It could be something like, I am disciplined and focused. I attract opportunities for professional growth. I am worthy of wealth and abundance. Repeat this daily, preferably in front of the mirror. Over time, this repetition will carve out a new image of yourself, and this image will dictate your behaviors. Because when you change inside, everything around you starts to transform too. And this is where the growth game becomes interesting. You stop chasing and start attracting. And the more you align with your best version, the more the universe responds with synchronicities, open doors, and previously invisible paths. And speaking of alignment, there are fascinating stories of people who, by connecting with who they really were, made bold decisions and achieved extraordinary things. If there is a power that can move mountains, it is unshakable belief combined with decisive action. When Napoleon Hill told the story of Edwin Barnes, he wasn't just recording a fact, he was delivering a mental model. Barnes did not know Edison personally. He had no resources, but he had a firm decision: he would be Edison's partner. And when a person decides something so strongly that his mind rejects any other possibility, the universe begins to conspire. This is the power of the mind. It's about believing so hard that your actions inevitably push you toward the outcome. Barnes didn't go looking for just any job. He wanted a partnership. And even though he was rejected at first, he persisted. He started with simple tasks, but never lost his mental image of what he wanted. This is pure personal development, maintaining your vision even in the face of contrary reality. It is the essence of manifestation. This story teaches us that it doesn't matter where you come from, it's who you choose to be. Just like Barnes, we can all use self-discipline and a success mindset to put ourselves in positions that seemed impossible at first. Another powerful example is Henry Ford. He failed several times before becoming the icon that revolutionized the world. And do you know why? Because he believed in one idea: making cars affordable for the common people. Everyone said it was crazy, but Ford had such a strong belief that no negative thought could shake his conviction. And that faith led him to action, constant action, aligned with his purpose. He didn't wait for perfect conditions. He created the conditions. This is true mental reprogramming, believing before seeing. You can also apply this to your reality. Take a goal that seems too big and write down exactly what it would be like to live it. Feel it every day. Repeat affirmations like, I am ready to live my best version. I have the power to create my reality. The universe supports my dreams. But don't just stay in the mental field. Act. Sign up for a course, change your routine, cut habits that don't match who you want to be. Manifestation happens when thought and action are in harmony. What Barnes and Ford had in common was neither money nor connections. It was an identity formed by faith, a steady energy, and a mind focused on creating, not waiting. And this strength is accessible to all of us. You don't need to be a genius, just be consistent and believe strongly. Because when you combine belief with intentional action, the impossible starts to seem inevitable. But there is still something fundamental for this to really work: the way you define your goals. If you don't know where you're going, any path seems good, but it rarely leads anywhere. The truth is that vague goals generate vague results. People who achieve great levels of personal growth, abundance, and professional development know exactly what they want. They have clarity. They set specific goals with defined deadlines and can visualize each step towards achievement. Napoleon Hill made it clear: a burning desire must be accompanied by a plan. This is how you turn intention into manifestation. Let's talk about practice. If your goal is to get rich, don't just say, I want to be rich. Say, I want to earn 20,000 Brazilian reals per month by December with my digital business, for example. Then set milestones. How much do you need to make in 3 months? What do you need to learn this week? What habits need to be adjusted? This reverse engineering gives direction to your action plan. It activates your self-discipline and aligns your vibration with the reality you want to live. It is a vital step on the path to self-improvement and mental reprogramming. And look, when you set goals aligned with your values and purpose, everything flows more naturally. Procrastination decreases, focus increases. That's why it's so important to connect your goal to what moves you. If your passion is teaching, let your financial goal come through education. If you love health, align your earnings with this sector. This creates natural, not forced motivation. Because it's not enough to grow, you have to grow in the right way. And well-defined goals are like compasses that point to this north. Now, a point of attention. Clarity in your goals does not eliminate challenges, but it gives you the strength to overcome them. When setbacks arise, and they always do, anyone who has a well-established goal doesn't give up at the first stumble. These people understand that falling is part of it, but stopping is not an option. They return to the plan, adjust the route, and continue steady. This strengthens self-confidence and fuels the success mindset that supports great achievements. In fact, if you've made it this far, enjoy this video. And subscribe to the channel, because this is very important so that the content continues to reach you, and so that this channel grows and helps even more people on this path of transformation. Now yes, speaking of challenges and falls, there is something that differentiates those who get there from those who stay along the way. And that's what we're going to talk about now. Life doesn't give everything easy, and thank goodness for that. Because it is precisely in difficult moments that the true power of the mind is born. Resilience, this ability to get up stronger after each fall, is what differentiates those who just want it from those who really manifest it. Napoleon Hill knew this when he said that every adversity carries with it the seed of an equivalent benefit. In other words, challenges are not obstacles, they are tests of strength, opportunities for personal growth and self-improvement. Just think, how many people do you know who stopped after their first failure? And how many moved on even though they were bleeding inside? Those who truly grow are those who learn from pain. They use every fall as a boost. And this applies to everything, in professional development, in relationships, in the search for financial abundance. Resilience is a daily training. It is built when you choose not to victimize yourself, but to learn. When you change the "why did this happen to me?" by "what can I learn from this?" A classic example is Thomas Edison, who failed more than 1,000 times before inventing the electric light bulb. When asked how he dealt with so many failures, he replied, "I didn't fail 1,000 times, I discovered 1,000 ways that don't work." This is success mentality in practice. Edison didn't just have knowledge, he had resilience. And this can also be cultivated in you. Whenever life knocks you down, ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" This question changes everything. It activates your mental reprogramming and pushes you forward. If today you are facing a difficult time, emotional, financial, professional, know that this could be shaping the best version of you. Use this moment to delve into self-knowledge, read good self-help books such as Smarter Than the Devil or The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Reinforce your affirmations daily, such as "I am greater than any challenge" or "My pain is creating my strength." This changes your frequency, and the stronger you become internally, the faster you manifest victories in the external world. Resilience, when worked well, transforms into courage, confidence, and personal power. She is living proof that life doesn't break those who know how to bend. And when you understand this, you begin to act more firmly, with more presence. Because you know you might fall, yes, but you'll never stay down. And it is with this strength that self-confidence is built. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about now. Self-confidence is essential. Before the world believes in you, you need to believe in yourself. It sounds simple, but this is one of the most powerful truths of personal development. Self-confidence is the silent foundation behind every visible achievement. Napoleon Hill spoke clearly about this. Faith in oneself is the starting point of all achievement. When someone sees themselves as capable, even if they don't yet have all the resources, they begin to act differently, speak differently, vibrate differently. And this energy is perceived by people, by opportunities, by the universe itself. But here's the important detail. Self-confidence doesn't come out of nowhere. It is built, one brick at a time, every time you face fear, even if your voice is shaking. Every time you keep a promise you made to yourself, your identity grows stronger. This is how you eliminate limiting beliefs, replace doubts with actions, and make room for a new version. This transformation happens in everyday life. When you say yes to a challenge, when you don't sabotage yourself, when you decide to continue even without guarantees. Want a powerful exercise to start now? Take a notebook and write down 3 moments in your life when you had courage, even when you were afraid. Remember the victories, even the small ones. This reinforces your self-image. Then choose an action that you have been avoiding out of fear or insecurity. It could be a difficult conversation, a new project, starting a course. And go. Don't wait to feel ready. Readiness comes from practice. How to manifest self-confidence. Acting as if you were already that person. Because, in fact, you already are. You just need to remember that. Self-confidence also feeds on what you consume. So filter the content, the people, the thoughts. Swap the voices that make you doubt for those that encourage you. Read authors like Napoleon Hill, Louise Hay, Joe Dispenza. Watch videos that empower you. Make statements like, I trust myself. I am capable of achieving everything I dream of. I am guided by my inner wisdom. This reprograms your mind and puts you on a frequency of manifestation. And in this vibration, everything accelerates. Opportunities arise, doors open, you begin to attract. Self-confidence is not arrogance. It's knowing that you are worthy, that you have value, even when external circumstances say otherwise. And when you start acting with that kind of faith, you become unstoppable. But there's one detail. Self-confidence doesn't work alone. It needs to go hand in hand with a habit that few cultivate, and that, without it, nothing can be sustained. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in the next point. Motivation is like the weather. It changes all the time. One day you wake up excited, the next without the energy to get out of bed. Discipline is the sun behind the clouds. It's always there, even when you can't see it. And this is the difference between those who grow, those who achieve abundance, those who become rich, those who evolve in their professional development. Napoleon Hill didn't talk about waiting for the ideal moment. He talked about taking action. And anyone who wants to build a successful mindset needs to understand once and for all. Motivation begins, but discipline ends. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't want to. It's waking up early to meditate, do your affirmations, study something new, or work on that project, even if the couch is calling you. It's committing to your self-improvement every day. And you know what's interesting? When discipline comes in, motivation comes later. It is a consequence, not a starting point. Therefore, build rituals. Have a morning routine that puts you in a state of power. Reading, mental reprogramming, writing goals, creative visualization. This changes everything. Want an example? Take someone who wants to improve their life financially. This person may even get excited about a self-help video and decide to start saving, investing, studying. But if she is not disciplined, in a few days she will abandon everything. Now, if she wakes up every day at 6 a.m., writes down her expenses, studies 20 minutes of finances with books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or The Richest Man in Babylon, and does this consistently, the result is inevitable. It creates habits that manifest wealth. Because discipline is the path of manifestation. Discipline also builds trust. When you commit to yourself and follow through, you send a message to your mind. I am trustworthy. This breaks limiting beliefs, strengthens your identity, and puts you on the path to personal growth. And it doesn't need to start with big changes. Start small, one habit at a time. Maybe it's drinking more water, reading 10 minutes a day, walking 3 times a week, repeating 5 affirmations every day before bed. The important thing is to do it, and do it every day. Ultimately, discipline is self-love in action. It's what keeps you going even when you're tired, frustrated, or scared. And when you start moving every day, something about you changes. You no longer depend on the external to follow. You become autonomous. And it is at this point that learning intensifies. Because when you act with discipline, you naturally begin to open up to the new, to knowledge, to adaptation. And that's what it's about now. The world changes all the time, and those who don't change with it are left behind. But remember, it's not about following fads or chasing trends. It's about having the humility to recognize that you can always learn more. Personal growth happens when you accept that you don't know everything yet, and that is liberating. Napoleon Hill taught that applied knowledge is power. In other words, it is not enough to consume information. It is necessary to transform it into action, into mentality, into behavior. The evolution is in the adjustments, not in the titles. Those with a successful mindset learn from everything, from a book, from a mistake, from a conversation. These people see learning even in failure. They are not afraid to change their minds, to reinvent themselves, because they understand that adaptability is the bridge between intention and manifestation. When something doesn't go as expected, they don't break. they recalculate the route. They ask, how can I do it differently next time? This attitude opens doors, attracts abundance, and strengthens professional development. Want a simple example of how to apply this? Let's assume you want to start a business, but don't know where to start. Instead of being paralyzed, you can consume practical content, such as digital marketing courses, videos on personal finance, business podcasts, and apply what you learn in real time. This is living learning. Combine this with statements like, I am smart and learn easily, or I adapt easily and grow every day. This not only broadens your mind, it adjusts your vibration for greater results. In fact, this ability to adapt also depends on how much you accept the new. People stuck in the past, in old habits, in limiting beliefs like that's just who I am, or that's not for me live in repetitive cycles. Those who open up, who test, who make mistakes and try again, access different realities. They move out of scarcity and into abundance. Because everything they learn becomes a resource. Everything they live becomes building material for evolution itself. And the more you learn and adapt, the more you change the way you see the world, and most importantly, the people around you. And this is where a crucial point arises. No one grows alone. Your connections shape your results. And that brings us to a golden key to accelerated growth. There is a powerful saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And it's not an exaggeration. Your circle directly influences your vibration, your decisions, your success mindset, and consequently what you manifest. Napoleon Hill highlighted this when talking about the mastermind, a group of aligned minds that strengthen each other. If you live with people who are always complaining, with negative thinking and limiting beliefs, your energy will inevitably be pulled down. Now, if you hang out with those who vibrate in personal growth, abundance, and action, your mind expands. Observe who is around you. Are they people who inspire you or limit you? Are they people who talk about ideas or who talk about other people? When you start to consciously choose who accompanies you on the journey, your evolution accelerates. This applies to friends, work partners, and even the content you consume. Sometimes what you need is to silence some voices to hear yours. Swap comparison for inspiration. And yes, this requires self-discipline. It requires courage to move away from environments that do not reflect your new identity. A powerful practice is to create a positive circle of influence, even from a distance. Start consuming content daily from people who resonate with what you want to manifest. Read Napoleon Hill, listen to audios by Bob Proctor, Joe Dispenza, Louise Hay. Get closer, even if virtually, to those who live with purpose. And look for groups, mentorships, communities that share your desire for personal and professional development. It feeds your faith, strengthens your vision, and eliminates the inner voices of doubt. A good example of this is when someone decides to start a business, but lives with people who keep saying that Brazil doesn't provide opportunities, or that only those who are lucky get rich. It is difficult to keep the vibration high in this environment. But when that person connects with a network that talks about possibilities, growth, manifestation, and action, they begin to truly believe. And when the mind believes, the body acts. Mental reprogramming begins to operate with more force, and doors begin to open. Your circle can be your cage or your wings. And consciously choosing who you walk with is one of the quickest ways to change your reality. And speaking of changing realities, there is an invisible pillar that separates those who live with fear and limitation from those who live with lightness and expansion. And it is this silent but transformative pillar that we are going to talk about now. Abundance instead of scarcity. There is an invisible but very real line that separates scarcity from abundance. And that line is in the mind. What you believe about the world, about money, about yourself, defines what you attract. Napoleon Hill said that wealth begins in the mind. And that's exactly it. People with a scarcity mentality are focused on what is missing. Those who vibrate in abundance see possibilities, even in the most challenging moments. They understand that the universe is generous and that there is room for everyone to grow, evolve, and fulfill themselves. Scarcity generates fear. Fear of losing, fear of making mistakes, fear of not being enough. This fear paralyzes, blocks manifestation, weakens action. The thought of abundance is light, expansive, creative. It allows you to collaborate with others instead of competing. May you see doors where before you only saw walls. This completely changes your energy, and the universe responds to your vibration. When you believe that there is more than enough for everyone, you stop holding on to what is small and start building something great. Do you want to start vibrating in abundance today? Try simple daily practices. Gratitude is one of them. Write down 3 things every day that you are grateful for, even the small ones. This shifts the focus from what is missing to what already exists. Make affirmations like money flows easily to me. I live in an abundant universe. I am worthy of prosperity. And most importantly, celebrate the success of others. This breaks limiting beliefs and activates a powerful frequency within you. Scarcity makes you close in. Abundance opens you to new experiences. People with a success mindset know that the more they share, the more they receive. They invest in themselves because they know that their personal growth is their greatest asset. They don't limit themselves to either or, they live in the end. I can be spiritual and prosperous. I can have balance and get rich. I can live with purpose and have concrete results. This is the mental reprogramming that transforms realities. This is the positive thinking that generates movement. And it is what takes us away from fear and brings us closer to confidence. And when you enter this frequency of abundance, everything begins to flow. Opportunities appear, the right connections arrive, good ideas multiply. But there is something that amplifies this power even further, something that unites energy with direction, soul with action. And that's exactly what we're going to cover next. There is a fuel that never ends, that does not depend on time, money, or the approval of others. It is passion aligned with purpose. When you do what you love and understand why you are doing it, your power of manifestation multiplies. Napoleon Hill said that burning desire is the basis of all achievement. And this internal flame, when lit by purpose, gives you energy to continue even on difficult days. Passion is fire, purpose is direction. Together, they create an almost unstoppable force, a spiritual compass that points where your soul wants to go. Most people are frustrated because they work at what they hate without being clear why. They live on autopilot, disconnected from who they really are. But when someone discovers their passion and understands how it can serve the world, everything changes. For example, if you love cooking, this could become a YouTube channel, an ebook, a consultancy. If you love writing, it can become books, transformative posts, courses. And if you love inspiring people, you can create personal growth content, share about mind power, mental reprogramming, affirmations, motivation. The important thing is to align what moves you with what you deliver to the world. This alignment releases very high vibrational energy, which accelerates your results. You start to attract opportunities, people and ideas that match who you really are. This eliminates forced effort and brings lightness to the journey. Your self-discipline stops being a burden and turns into pleasure. Because you're not just chasing money. You are building something that is soul, something that makes sense. And it is at this point that manifestation becomes natural, almost inevitable. A powerful exercise to find this point of alignment is to write, what would I do every day, even if I didn't get anything for it? And then, how can I transform this into value for other people? The answer can show you surprising paths. Then align this with clear goals, positive affirmations, and consistent actions. Passion is what warms the heart. The purpose is what sustains the journey. Together, they create extraordinary results. And when you combine passion, purpose, and disciplined action, you begin to feel like you are living what you came to live. That you are no longer just surviving. You are living with intention, with truth. And it is at that moment that the bridge between dream and reality becomes visible. And it is on this bridge that we will walk now. There's no point in having a mind full of ideas if your feet don't move. Action is the link between what you want and what you actually experience. Napoleon Hill taught that a goal without a plan is just a wish. And the plan, no matter how powerful it is worthless without action. Dreaming is the first step. Believing is the fuel. But it is the action that builds. Without it, manifestation is nothing more than a beautiful theory. And what you want is more than words, right? It's life happening. And for that, movement is needed. Many people get lost waiting for the right moment. But the truth is that the right time never comes. Those who manifest wealth, abundance, and personal growth begin before they are ready. These people don't expect to have all the answers. They create the answers along the way. It's like building a bridge by walking on it. One step at a time, one brick a day. This applies to starting a new project, changing careers, starting a healthy habit, or even starting a YouTube channel. It is necessary to act, even scared, even without perfection. If you feel like you're stuck, try this. Choose one simple action that's within your reach today. It could be sending a message to someone, signing up for a course, recording a video, opening a notebook, and writing down your goals. Anything that moves you. This sends a clear signal to your mind. and to the universe, I'm ready. And when you act even small, you break the inertia. You begin to vibrate in result and no longer in desire. And that changes everything, because the universe rewards movement. People with a success mindset do not wait for divine motivation. They create routine, cultivate self-discipline, face negative thinking with positive action. And they understand that progress is more important than perfection. An imperfect step is 1,000 times better than a shelved plan. And the more you act, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the more you adjust. This is the dance of personal and professional development. It is the cycle of manifestation taking place. The great truth is, life responds to those who put themselves in motion. It doesn't matter where you are starting from. What matters is not stopping. Because in the end, the power of the mind is only complete when it meets the strength of the hands. And now that you understand all of this, it's time to combine this knowledge with a special invitation. Now tell me, are you going to keep waiting for the perfect moment? Or are you going to start acting like the person you know you were born to be? Because everything you've heard so far is worthless if it's just information. The real power is in applying. In observing yourself, changing your habits, adjusting your identity, and living each day with intention. Success is already available. The question is, are you ready to align yourself with it? What will you start doing differently from now on? Are you going to review your goals? Change your circle? Create a new routine? Share here in the comments what was the biggest thing that fell to you in this video. I want to know where this message touched you, because your transformation can inspire others too. And of course, if this content made sense to you, if it helped you see life with new eyes, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, so you continue to receive videos like this, which will guide you on the path to personal growth, abundance, and true fulfillment. Do you see the video that is now appearing on your screen? I separated it exclusively for you. It can help you a lot. Click and see.